Happy Valentine's Day, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. So, what are we doing tonight? Well, I'm going to be talking about the Vinegar Syndrome Valentine's Day sale. I have two Blu-rays that I got today, come in the mail, that I want to look into and kind of like just go over with you guys. So that's how we're going to start, and depending on how you want to start it, we can go either way. We can look right into the movies. We can talk about the Vinegar Syndrome sale, and we can talk about what I picked up, stuff that I haven't picked up yet, but I'm going to. My thoughts on the reveals for the sale, and my thoughts on the sale overall. If you follow my channel and you follow the Vinegar Syndrome website, then you probably know that I lucked out. Hey Chris, welcome, man. I won something. Thanks, Christopher. I won I basically what you had to do was you went onto the Valentine's Day sale thing and you just listed your crushes. Hey, Alan, for the for the movies that they had like back in the day type thing, and you kind of like and you shared it, and they chose two people at random. I think probably use a randomizer is what they do, and. Hey, John and Greg. I'm very excited about the My Bloody Valentine release. And I won the $50 gift certificate for the Vinegar Syndrome sale. So I'm going to get into the Vinegar Syndrome sale in depth, and we're going to talk about that. But first, I'll show you what I got this week. I got two Blu-rays come this week. They were supposed to come on Tuesday, but they didn't get to show up till today. But that's okay because I was working all week, so I didn't get a chance to watch anything anyway. So the first one, my better half really wanted, because it's one she remembered from her youth. It's a Mill Creek release actually, and it's one of those. Do you know what it is? Can you guys guess? Can you guess what it is? No guessing if you're on my Instagram though. But so we got Vibes. Now, Vibes is a movie that came out in the late '80s. What year was this one again? '88. So this came out. It would have came out around the time of like Fright Night 2 and movies like that. How do I know? Because when this movie came out, there was Hostess Chips had these movie stickers, and they had like a bunch of them. They had like Fright Night 2 movie stickers. They had Vibes movie stickers. They had like a bunch of different stickers. You can actually probably look it up online. Howdy, Sinister. And she remembered the film. We were watching a video, and I think it was probably Serial at Midnight. I think, it was pretty sure it was Serial at Midnight that was unboxing it. Because he got it, sent to him from them a few days early. And hey, Weldon. And and she saw it there, and she said, I really like that movie. So I said, you want me to get it for you? It was only like $10, I think. So we picked it up, and it's got a different cover. I love the fact that it's a different cover. Now this here is the original artwork from the VHS back in the day, and I think this might have been similar to what was on the sticker that was in the Hostess potato chips. So it's been years since I've seen this movie. It's a quirky little comedy with Cyndi Lauper, Jeff Goldblum, and Peter Falk. Jeff Goldblum, Cyndi Lauper, I think they play psychics, and they're like hired by Peter Falk to look for something. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. But I'm going to guess that's... Yeah, oh, okay, then I did remember all right. Julian Sands and Steve Buscemi are in this as well. So, no features, but it does have like this really cool like VHS slipcover. I do really like this. If you've never seen Vibes, definitely pick it up. It's an 80s kind of like adventure comedy that used to do back in the way. Do I have the movie called Wizard? It's not out yet. But so nope, not yet. But I'm a big fan of that. And The Wizard with Fred Savage was the movie that introduced the what would become the failed Nintendo Power Glove, but it also was big for introducing the first look at Super Mario Brothers 3, which hadn't yet come out. So we were getting to see it in the theater before it actually came out. Howdy there, Joseph. So the next one I got is pretty much a given, and that is My Bloody Valentine. No way I could not get this. I literally live 5 minutes away from Valentine's Bluff. I do have to do a video. I actually spoke with my friends, some of my friends at work today, and we looked at some of the places. So we looked at where the mine's at, and I looked at remember the bar? Well, it's still there, but it's changed around. It's a new place now. So I'm gonna get some footage of that, and I'll get some footage of because it's kind of boarded up, but of where the laundromat was, and I'll try to see if I can get some footage of where they did the that scene where they're gonna decorate the Valentine's Day area. You met the director? Well, he should come back and visit here again. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Ragman. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So this is a gorgeous cover. I do love the actual original artwork as well, so I will show you that there too. This is the reversible art. This is the actual art from back in the day. I need Amy. I used to have Killer Workout. I gave it to a friend of mine, and because I was going to get another copy myself because it was on sale, and I ended up forgetting to get the other copy, so I eventually got to buy Killer Workout again. It's a great film. I love Curtains. Curtains is a classic. So this has a ton of features on it, but you wouldn't know it from the back of this, because all it really tells you is basically it's got a theatrical cut, it's got a director's cut, the new 4K scans, and it says like trailer, TV spots. It doesn't tell you about the ton of like interviews and stuff that's on this disc. This is a stacked disc, and true collector's edition. So I'll be watching both of these really soon, and I'll be doing a special video on this. It won't be a live one because I'll be showing you footage of Valentine's Bluff as it is now. And if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for that, because it'll be fun. But before I go any further, did anybody check out or get anything from the Vinegar Syndrome Valentine's sale? You're in a safe space here. You don't have to deny it if you did. Tonight, by the way, is my PJ talk. As you can see, I'm just wearing my PJs tonight. I'm actually in my super comfy mood. Christopher, excellent. Did you get many titles, or? So we'll talk about what got the Peakoramas and the VSA. I don't mind the support only sale because we rarely get an erotica only sale on Vinegar Syndrome, and they do have a lot of erotica titles. We get the halfway to Black Friday sale and the Black Friday sale twice a year, and there's usually another one that pops up, kind of a smaller one that pops up throughout the year. So it's nice to have one that focuses on just that. Hobgoblins, Blood Theater, and Madman. Man, good one. So the March releases, I'll mention those first, and I'll go through them, and then we'll go through the VSA, and we'll mention some of the other stuff on there as well. So I'm just going to open up my Vinegar Syndrome website. I'll tell you guys after what I got. I'm leaving that as that's the suspense part. You guys can try and see if you can figure out what I got. Okay, so obviously everybody saw the. Do I have any Blue Underground Western film? I don't have any Blue Underground Western films. So there was a March package. It was a big March package. There was two. They did one regular one and one with the VSA and the Peakorama. I didn't get these, and I'll tell you why I didn't get these. Because I was making an order of stuff that I wanted to get in the near future so that I could make a video, maybe an unboxing video, which we're going to call, by the way, Cult of Cinema After Dark. Definitely not one for the kiddies. We're going to be looking at some stuff that I'm going to unbox, and I will tell you about that. So, but there are some really good movies that I want. I just couldn't get them this time and get the ones that I got as well. So we'll go with the VSA first. It's Hell Riders. So I was kind of wondering. I was up in the air between 2 and 3. I didn't think Hell Riders was going to be it, but I'm kind of glad it is. So if you've never seen Hell Riders, it's an 80s biker film. Adam West is in it, Batman himself, and Tina Louise from Gilligan's Island. I don't remember it well, but I remember kind of liking it. So that'll be a fun one to check out. Obviously, I collect all the VSAs. I'll probably be pre-ordering this one before it comes out because I want it for my birthday. Melabimba, of course, is a really fun film. It's otherwise known as AKA Satan's Baby Doll. If you ever collected any of the Shameless releases and you got the Shameless Exploitation set, then Melabimba would be on that. This is going to be like a much, snazzier, better kind of Blu-ray, probably 4K or 2K restoration of the film. And it's a fun film. It's a really, really fun film. Next one up is Olivia, which I know is Prezi, actually. It's an Uli Lommel film starring Suzanne Love, who was his wife for a while, and definitely financed a few of his films. Um, it's unusual, it's fun, and it's on my definitely want list for the next sale. No matter if it's only like dropped a little bit. Deadline for sure. It's exploitation. I love exploitation. I want these to last. I don't want these to sell out. So hopefully they don't. Look, because they're the newer ones. They weren't part of the sale. Now, they introduced two new Picaramas. Some people were expecting the Picaramas to be Blu-rays. But no, they just basically just relaunched, started doing the Picaramas from where they left off at. The cover for which one? For Deadline. They did amazing covers on these. I got to say, they just keep getting better with their covers. So Frankie and Johnny were lovers, and the Mislaid Genie is the first one. Of course, Picaramas are both X-rated films. Do I have any? It's been I gotta watch some more Carlo Tobolini. I'm gonna be doing some film, some like reviews, and some videos on some of the more adult stuff within my regular stuff. So if you like that stuff, you're gonna see some of that stuff. If you don't, I have regular videos as well. This is just gonna be kind of like a once in a while type of thing. Deadline looks excellent. Now, Renee Bond is in here, and I kind of guessed that we're going to have one with Renee Bond in it because they mentioned Renee Bond. They kind of hinted at it when they said that Renee Bond was one of their favorites. So I like Renee Bond. If there's a inside cover artwork for that one, so that's kind of neat too. The other Peakorama is Cardinal Highways and Cardinal Olympics. Are these sequels? And those are by Carlos Tobolina. And I'll be honest with you, dude, I don't know if I've seen these. I probably have because if it says the word Sika and Aunt Peg in it, otherwise known as Juliet Anderson, then 9 chances out of 10 I saw them. Sad thing for like today's kind of teens and youth is that everything is just kind of out there in like some sort of streaming way, whether it's like one of the like back in my day. I guess let me get up my cane and rocking chair. If you wanted to see a film like that, yeah, usually we go to a video store, and you'd usually end up finding a film, like not a clip, not a little compilation thing, but an actual film with a story and actors and cinematography and all that put into it. Nowadays, I think a lot of that's not been lost, but it's not so kind of easily found. So the art of the erotic cinema really is not like isn't the way it used to be. I don't have Candy Shop. I don't think it's on there, is it? So I'm glad you're having a good Valentine's. Hopefully you're spending it with someone that you love. I had a great Valentine's Day with my better half. Hey, Dungeon Studios. And now I'm here. She's gone to bed. She has to work, unfortunately, tomorrow. So she had to get an earlier night. We watched some TV together. We had a nice evening. And now she's relaxing. All right, so what did I pick up? You ready to know what I picked up? I grabbed 7 titles in all in the Valentine Today sale from Vinegar Syndrome. So obviously I went over my $50. So, but I wanted to get like releases that there was 2 things that were really paramount with what I was looking for. I don't have a lot of the adult cinema. I've got like those 5 films, 5 years, and I got the Ginger Lynn one, Trashy Lady back in the day. But especially ones with like a lot of features on it. So this is what I look towards. I was looking towards. I wanted to get things that were in the sale, that were sale items that were that I knew were going to be on at a good price, and if once everything else is on, once all the others, the bells and whistles and the horror movies and the action movies are there, and they're on sale, then 9/10 out of 10, I'm going to forget some of the ones that I want, some of the adult titles that I actually do want to own in my collection, and not pick them up. And that always happens. I always have certain ones that I put across and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to get this one and this one and this one, but I never do because something else shiny gets my attention. What I appreciate about the Valentine's Day sale is it's a Valentine's Day sale. So I was really surprised when there were people that were surprised that a company like Vinegar Syndrome, who does have a large and impressive like erotica section, and I don't mean just like a low budget or like no well done films with like features and like great transfers and stuff like that. Went and did that. We didn't this year. We watch YouTube and stuff like that. We do sometimes. We don't need like what we don't need Valentine's to watch romantic film. Uh, but what I did, if you guys want to know what I did for Valentine's, I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do the chocolate or the flowers like that's been done. I've done that year in year out type of thing. I knew I was going to get a card. I wanted to get something that was kind of from the heart, and I looked around, and in my town there's not a lot of stuff here. Um, so finally, I bought this photo album, and I went and I took me a few days, but I looked up some pictures, and I found some pictures of us together throughout the years. So I went to my local Walmart, and I printed off the pictures that I needed, uh, and I did like a little kind of and I filled up, but not completely filled up, the album with pictures of us and things we did together, like going to Comic Cons, just being together. Um, AJ, and it was nice. She was touched, and I was really glad because it came from the heart, and that's what your Valentine's Day thing. It's nice to get chocolates. It's nice to get all that type of stuff. Do something that comes from the heart, so that she knows that you're thinking about her, and vice versa. Uh, my favorite Valentine's movie, by the way, is Valentine. My Bloody Valentine, Valentine. They tie for it. I did get to work afterwards. Yes, they were really great. Actually, I emailed them, uh, and they emailed me back. I think it was about like 10 or 15 minutes later. I was probably sooner than that, but I didn't have my phone on me, and because I was just waiting. So they gave me a new code. Code worked right away. I got my titles through. I got 7 titles. So, are you ready to know what I got? All Blu-ray. I'll explain each one as I go through. Uh, and if I miss any of your questions, I'll try and get them afterwards because I do have the Vinegar Syndrome sale up here. So some of your comments are going by a little fast for me. Uh, so, where to start? Okay. Hopefully, if some of you didn't have Woman's Torment already, by the way, that Roberta Finlay movie, you picked it up during the Valentine's Day sale because that was on sale, and yeah, uh, it's needed. Everybody needs it. All right, so I went through a few different scenarios and different hey Das, in different situations. I know, and I was really glad about that Ragman. I was really glad that Only Erotic was on sale this time. I wanted to focus, and they forced me to focus on getting ones that I really wanted. So obviously, what I went for first, I'm not sure if it's obvious or not. Not Nine Lives. You know why I didn't go for Nine Lives? I really wanted. I'm a huge Abel Ferrara fan, but you know, the title. I wish it had a different title. I'll eventually get it, but that title, man. I'm glad you asked, Hammers, because that's what I'm going to get into. I don't have any of the. Not this time. I'll explain why afterwards. And I didn't get Let My Puppets Come this time either. I am going to get those two, but I wanted them to be after. First off, I had none of the Taboo series, so I got Taboo, which has a staggering 4 commentaries on it, 2 archival commentaries and 2 new commentaries. I was unaware Kay Parker was British, by the way. That came as a surprise to me. Hey, Jacob. I so I grabbed Taboo with the commentaries, and then I grabbed the double feature Taboo 2 and 3. They don't have commentary, but Taboo 3 has an interview on it with one of the actors, so that'll be kind of fun. Unfortunately, Taboo 4 out of stock, completely out of stock, so I wasn't able to get Taboo 4, which is a shame because I'm a huge, huge, huge Ginger Lynn fan. Uh, and I, and Jamie Gillis as well. And Taboo 4 is a really, really good film. It actually is a good film. In my opinion, it's probably like after 1, it's the next best one in the series. So if you get a chance to get it sometime and you like that style of film, definitely pick it up. So that's 2 Blu-rays right there. I got Taboo and I got Taboo 2 and 3. So I wanted to get some of the classics out of the way and get them in my collection so that I'm not looking for them down the road. These were great prices on the sale. So I went with the Pretty Peaches trilogy. That was an obvious. If you don't know, Pretty Peaches is considered is like one of the classics of the genre, much like in the same way that like Debbie Does Dallas or Taboo and all those are. But Pretty Peaches is high quality one. It's by Alex Dorenzi, and he does some really really good stuff. So it's all 3 of them are there, because it was a trilogy. Each time there's a different actress in the lead role, and I find them really interesting, especially the first 2. 2 really stands out to me right now. I kind of remember it a lot, and certain sequences from part 1. So I got the Pretty Peaches trilogy. I knew I had to get that. So we're up to 3, right? So those were musts. I wanted to get first off some of the classic erotica out of the way, things that I needed to own. I kind of thought about like Alex Dorenza's Babyface, but that sold out like really quickly, and I just didn't do it. One that I got, and I don't even know. I don't think this one's an adult film. If it is, the version I saw of it's not adult because they had like a DVD copy of it, but it was like not exactly the best best print. It was, and that's Blue Money. So Blue Money is oh, wow. So this is a hardcore version of the film. Uh, Blue Money is actually a really kind of a fun film. Labs are the lab sounds like jerks, man. They held it hostage, and basically it's about this guy that kind of works in the adult industry, and he's trying to kind of find his way out. This was back in the days when it was harder working in the adult industry because people tend to forget just because it's all over now. It used to be illegal, and there would be police raids, and a lot of these actors would get hauled off to jail, and there was a ton of stuff. And this is what fascinates me about this time period, is that all the stuff that they went through. So Blue Money actually talks about that. And there's like on that one there's some great extras as well. There's a bonus film, which would be kind of fun. It's kind of like one of his earlier films. It's directed by Elaine Patrick, by the way, and produced by Bob Chin. There's also an interview with Bob Chin, who does some of the better, like, adult films. And it does kind of make you think of Boogie Nights, who Ginger Lynn's in that one, by the way. Uh, so I really wanted to, but there's one here, Brian, that's going to make you think of Boogie Nights even more, by the way. Um, but yeah, they say it's in a kind of a Cassavetes type of way in that style film. So what else did I get? So we got, what are we up to now? 4? We got Taboo 2 and 3, Peaches Trilogy, and Blue Money, right? I didn't get the Candy Double Feature. I was so tempted, Greg, in the Candy Double Feature. Hopefully, I'm not disappointing you in the ones I got. So, number 5. Let me bring it up here. Actually, let me go to my photos because I took pictures of it. Number 5 was Throat 12 Years Later. Now, it's by the director of Deep Throat, and he's directed. Oh no, they just I just ordered them today. So unless they're really super fast, and they're not shipping out till Monday, I don't think I'm going to get them for about a week or so. Uh, so Throat is not like Deep Throat. It's a very different film with actual decent like storyline to it, and some great features. There's a something about it utterly fascinated me, and I just had to get it. It's a different. I like that director. I like the way that he does this type of stuff. No, no, Lovelace would not be in this one. There's obviously we know uh, the stuff behind supposedly behind uh, the way her boyfriend at the time kind of like supposedly I know we know he beat her and stuff like that because that like the director said he was rough on her, and they were like kind of shocked about that type of stuff. But there's some great features on there. This is done 12 years later. Like it is when they say 12 years later, they do mean it. It is 12 years later. They talk with the cinematographer on here. There's a Making Michelle. There's an interview with the lead actress Michelle Marin. Hey, Cinematech. And most excitingly for me is there is an extensive audio interview with actress Sharon Kane, and it's moderated by Casey Scott. So Casey Scott has been doing these feature-length interviews with a lot of the actresses and actors from the films, and that excites the hell out of me. It is to have the actors and actors talk not just about their films, but what went on back in that time. And one of the ones that I picked up primarily and solely because I really, really wanted to hear. Oh yeah, lots of erotica. What she had to say, because she was one of my favorite legged out actresses, and she does. And I've seen. Thanks, Warlock. And I've seen. Did you get any stuff from the sale? And I've seen her kind of. She talks about the time period. She doesn't just talk about her film. So she's not there like talking about just talking about her movies. She's talking about the police race. She's talking about all the good stuff. And because of that, I had to have the movie. And that was like an interview with Sharon Mitchell. And in case you're kind of wondering what the film is, or do you know what the film is by now? The Skin Flicks. Hey Dave, I was unsure about that one at first because I didn't remember it. Star 80, yes, I have seen Star 80. Maybe Sad Man. And I missed out on the slipcover when it came to Skin Flicks. That would have been my first adult one with the slipcover. But basically, this one really does talk about the behind the scenes of the adult film industry. It really kind of goes deep with like some actors and actresses that like how it talks about things like some close running out. I didn't go for the limiteds this time. I went for the sale items. It's called Skin Flicks, like basic title, and you would think, okay, no, this is just adult thing, but no, it actually talks about kind of like not the industry, how people react to being in these type of films. Is it just a job for everybody? What do do some people do some people fall in love? Do some people not aren't able to do it? Are some people damaged? What exactly happens? So they deal with that within this film. It runs like I remember this film runs brisk 85 minutes, pretty good one. Audio commentary this time with Sam Deegan and Heather Drain. If you've ever listened to any of their audio commentaries, you got to be. That's why I just said, J Bean, about them, like they like the whining should stop. This is the one time we get an erotica sale, so they can, you know what they can do. But yeah, auto commentary by bloody hell by Sam Deegan and Heather Drain, which is fantastic. And there's a feature length audio interview with Sharon Mitchell as well, and definitely guys, you want to get that. Any audio commentary by Sam Deegan and Heather Drain, automatic buy. The Sharon Mitchell interview is going to like really throw it over the top. And I finally got an erotica one with a slipcover. And hopefully you guys can let me know if you guys have this with the slipcover. Hopefully this is a good slipcover. It's hard to tell, but it's mascara. Now I'm a huge Roberta Findlay fan. She didn't direct this film, but she did like work on it. She did cinematography on the film. It is actually directed by Henry Pichard. I think that's his Pichard. Is that it? And has some like as a really cool type story. It's like a psychological story. Commentary track with Roberta Findlay, and she was producer, cinematographer, and co-director on the film, with a feature-length audio interview again with another actress, one of the lead actors in the film, Lee Carroll. I was actually talking to one that you watch him for the story. Isn't it weird that I actually do watch it? Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against the adult part of it. I do watch adult cinema. Make no bones about it. But hands down, I am the guy that likes the story. I've seen myself fast forwarding through through the scenes to get to the story. That's sad but true. That happened with me when I was watching Dixie Ray, Hollywood Star. Yeah, well, not just to get by the censors, like that was part of it. But you have to remember, there is a time before home cinema, and even at that point, to make their money back on what they did, they would usually run a hardcore version of a film, and in like regular theaters, to make more money, they would run a softcore version of the film as well. They would later do that on home video as well. I don't own the storefront theater set. I should have got those this time around, but I just couldn't afford it. It's a fascinating time. Like, you may think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Like, it is a fascinating time in history. Much like the video nasty era, the renegade outlaw days of adult cinema is a extremely fascinating time. And I don't think they've really, even to this day, still haven't got the kind of like the credit I guess they deserve. And it's not for everybody. I would never push adult cinema on anybody, but I do enjoy them. I do like some of them. I don't like the news. I'm not a big on the newer stuff, because then I lose the story. But when there's a story involved, then yeah. This era fascinates me. It just surprised me that there's been no really good documentary done on it. I know one of you guys mentioned, After Porn Ends, which was like 3 documentary films that talk about like with actors after after their careers are over. But I want like a dedicated documentary on that era of time. Oh yeah, we'll get into the I'll do like a good one on pre-code Hollywood. I do collect some pre-code Hollywood stuff, and it's a fascinating era as well. Do I have any Grinders releasing? I do, yeah. It's Nymphomaniac's long film. Well, to be honest, JB, we don't really know like what, they may have reached out for him, and they may have reached out to Amy Steele, but they just may not have wanted to do it, or they may not have been able to get in contact with them or get them to do it. I don't know. Was the alternate ending do? Is there was the alternate ending filmed? I know there is an alternate ending for it, and is that still available? Evening, Jeremiah. Oh, if you want to, Cubic Club, Ryan, if you want to find like pre-code cinema, I'll do a video on it. But there's these releases that came out, and where are they at now? Oh, can I find them? Yeah, Forbidden Hollywood. One of them actually a has like a documentary on pre-code era, which I really strongly recommend. It's a really good documentary. It came on TCM before, actually. Do I like? I hate Bills Bob, actually. I hate his stuff. I got some of it here because I got like a couple like Mill Creek stuff, and it has like some of his work. But he's just he creeps me out. I don't have blue eyes. My dad has blue eyes, actually. Uh, he uh, he really actually he's recommended it to me before. It's a good one. Apparently, it's a really good one, but I don't own it yet. I could only get 7 this time, which I think is actually pretty good. Because I went over, definitely over my $50 that I had, so that I could actually get enough. And basically, that would be my films until my birthday. My birthday is next month. But guys want to know about my birthday? My birthday is March 31st. Just saying. Okay, so what else we got asked there? Betty, I love Betty Page, actually. Something weird. I don't have any something weird stuff. Yeah, Bill will kind of creep me out. I don't think I want to go. Don't bring like your. I wouldn't bring my girlfriend over to like to see Bill. Indiana Jones. Well, maybe reverse. I don't know if the Indiana Jones concert was. Well, I know it was inspired by Blue Eyes. We all know the films that inspired the Indiana Jones. Uh, let's just make sure I haven't missed out on anything here. The Betty Page life story. It is unique when you think about like the way things change and the way things stay the same, or in some cases regress. We're in a time period right now where I worry about like things like regressing or getting back to like a certain point, and that kind of bothers me because it's very important for these things to be kept. Favorite adult stars are who? Krista Barrington, Mylin, and Christy Canyon. Well, that was Ginger Lynn, Kay Parker. I like to say Tracy Lords, but none of her movies are available anymore. So uh, back in the day when I was a kid and I was able to watch those, uh, though I could be watching, I could be like thinking back with rose-colored glasses, because I haven't seen a Tracy Lords movie since I was like 14 or 15 years old. So maybe they don't age. Maybe they're not. Maybe they don't stand the test time. Is what I'm trying to say. Do I mean in Canada or the U.S.? Everywhere. I'm not. I'm not just. I'm not talking like politics or anything like that right now. When I say that, I'm just mean like. That is sort of political, I guess. Is it Severin that has sexploitation documentary? Yes, it is Severin. That is a great documentary. If you haven't seen it, definitely pick it up. The one that I kind of regret not getting, which I wish I would have got, was the oh god, there's one adult one called Matinee Idol, and why I wanted that one, I didn't even care what the story was, but it has a an interview, a feature length interview with David Friedman. So if you're familiar with, if you've seen the Severin documentary, that's exploitation. done by Frank Henenlotter, then you know that David Friedman is like a huge part of that. He's a great storyteller. Um, Anytime I get a chance to sit down and listen to Friedman, is I definitely want to. So Matinee Idol is high on my list of ones to get in the near future, because I just want to listen to Friedman talk for 2 hours. Sharon Mitchell's fantastic. It looks like we're going to finally get Dolly Dearest coming out in the near future. Seems like the print was held hostage, which is a really slimy thing for a for them to do. And with Dolly Dearest, we may soon be getting April. It may be April that we get a that we get like a big kind of to do for like I'm expecting a box set maybe in April or May, and maybe Dolly Dearest around that same time as well. It's going to be a big month. That's why I didn't get the March one. I wanted to get it, but I'm like, I can't do them all. See how set will be in April. Okay, so if that set Greg had been like this month, been March, I would have had to gotten it, because basically that would have been like for my birthday. Now I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for my birthday. I'm gonna. What I'll do is I'll do a birthday list or something like that for my better half. That'll be the best way to do it, so that I don't know exactly what I'm getting. But I usually like to theme it, and I usually kind of theme things. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the collection videos that I've been doing recently. I will continue doing those, by the way. Oh God, coughing up a lung. So you'll be seeing more collection videos in the near future. Everything from Blue Underground to Anchor Bay to my MGM releases and so on, and Indicator and all that stuff as well. And yes, I will be doing a documentary one, by the way. Writing on National Geographic Original Sin Sex DVD to come with the media. Yeah, I didn't know that was the thing, but I'm actually interested in it. Do I have a lot of Twilight Time releases? I don't have a lot of Twilight Time releases. About, can fit in like my hand like there. About like 12 or maybe 10 or 12. But I will be doing them. Like, watch out for it, because I'm doing collection videos of my entire movie collection, and I'm breaking it down into into companies and categories. I don't have time right now to scan every film that I got into my movie database. So what I'm doing is I'm slowly doing doing videos for each and every like film company that I got. So far, I've done Scream Factory, I've done Shameless, I have done Arrow. No, I haven't done Arrow actually. Arrow's gonna be soon. I've done Arrow. I was gonna do Arrow box sets the other night, but I went on Twitter, and the thing is, like, sometimes I'll come on Twitter or Instagram first, and I'll make a short video, and if nobody is around, I kind of see it as like, okay, I guess people aren't ready to watch the videos. So I usually, so the other night I was going to do one, and then I just ended up not doing it after all. So if you saw my Twitter video and you saw it disappear, that's why. So rest in peace, Vinegar Syndrome. Deadly Manor, Edge of the Axe, same director, Jose Larraz. I'm a big fan of Edge of the Axe. Haven't seen it in years. Deadly Manor I've seen more recently. I watched that with my dad. I got to pick that up. It's a fun film. It's not one of Jose Larraz's better films. I think it's his last film, actually. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Like, feel free to, whether here or like in the comment section down below, or if you know now. But I thought Deadly Manor was his last film, or close to his last film, and it's okay. He likes those white masks, man. He likes those white masks. And Edge of the Axe, Deadly Manor, he likes the white porcelain masks. They're creepy. They work. I hope they release a volume 2 as well. I got the first volume, and I like it. It's a pretty dark volume when you're going through it. So that's why I say I got to go with my first instinct, Dave, and just come on here. But I do like to go on Instagram and Twitter, just like to let people know that are on there that I am doing a video. That way they can come in if they want to. I didn't expect as many people in today because it was Valentine's Day. That's why I waited till later in the evening, like here, to make the video because I didn't want it to be something that that wasn't gonna that nobody would see. I did Vinegar, Cinnamon, Scream, and Shameless. Thanks, Greg. You know my stuff, and I like that. Warlock mentioned the Vinegar, the full moon sale. Well, I'm not a single movie collector, thank God. Well, hopefully not. For I don't think I can do single ever again. I'm past that. But for those that are there, enjoy. Yeah, there's a lot. Somebody said that they're surprised that Severin didn't do a sale. I didn't expect Severin to do a sale right now, though. I usually if something is announced by Vinegar Syndrome, Severin comes up with something afterwards. Mondo Macabre 2 releases, limited releases today. What were the Warlock? What were the Mondo Macabre releases that came out today? Do you know? I saw them there, but I can't remember the names. An Ideal Place to Kill. Oh, I'm trying to remember that one. Carry On. I love Carry On. I'm a huge fan of the Carry On films. I got a bunch of them. Have a great evening, Jared. I'm not big on cannibal films. Tony, welcome, man. We have talked about here tonight the Vinegar Syndrome sale. I showed the 2 releases that I got today. I'm very excited with these. Whoa, Oasis of Fear? Okay, I love Oasis of Fear. I've talked about it down here before. The song that sang, I think it's Ray Lovelock, if I'm correct. Like, it's not really. It's like an instrumental, pretty much. But much like in the movie Night Train of Terror, the song gets stuck in your head because they play it so much throughout Oasis of Fear. So if An Ideal Place to Kill is another name for Oasis of Fear, they put features on that. Great film. I really enjoyed Oasis of Fear. I got it as they got the Shameless DVD release of it. I would definitely get the Mondo Macabre Blu-ray down the road. I'm a big fan of that film. It's it's kind of giallo, sort of. It's done in a different way. It's not your typical one, and I think that's what I like about it. Is that they do some very very different things with it. Now, normally you would expect to see like the lead actress. There's a very cute lead actress in it, doing like the kind of like it's a giallo, so expect the nude scenes. There are nude scenes in the film, but it's not by the lead actress because when they found out when they started making the film is that she actually was underage, so she could not do any scenes like that. But the other actress in it could, and man, does she ever! So if you like giallos and you're a fan of them and you want something a little bit different and a little unique, Oasis of Fear is not your typical giallo. It's not your black glove killer, like a bunch of murders type of giallo. It's very much a character-driven one. It's very much a set piece, and it's very much different. Very, very, very different. Macabre. Lamberto Bava? The one with the head? Is that the one? Gotta love the ending to that film. If that's the one, it's like it's that one in pieces. It's got the most insane endings. Helena Bonham Carter, she has a nudity though, but maybe in that film she didn't. I'm pretty sure she has a nudity before. Don't know if she did in that film or if they used the body double or not, but I'm pretty sure she has done in a certain film. She is a very, very attractive lady, by the way. You know, it's been ages since I watched Fight Club. I really should probably watch it again. Like I got it here. Now there's one that I would say like what's my favorite Karen Black film? Oh, right off the bat, I'm gonna go with Trilogy of Terror. Hey Tracy, how's it going? Happy Valentine's. Because Argento films are amazing. AME, that's why I need to rewatch him. I like Fight Club. There's only one Fincher movie I can think of right now that I really don't like, and it's Aliens 3. I know a lot of people love it. I don't. 2 seconds in, you kill off Newt. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Wrong decision, Fincher. Wrong decision. And that one can't be blamed on the studio because that was Fincher's call. Uh, he would have killed her. He would have killed her anyway. Except for Phantom of the Opera. Hey, Phantom of the Opera's okay. If you can get through Dracula 3D, you can get through Phantom of the Opera. You don't like Benjamin Button? Me either. We agree on that one, man. That's my math film from Criterion. I don't mind the game actually. I was okay with the game. Like Alien 3 just stands out as like as a sore spot for me. Good Italian horror night. You do need a good Italian horror. I love Italian horror. Azia. I was utterly in love with Azia Argento when I was younger, and I still like her. She's got this kind of like rebellious rebel attitude. If you really like Azia Argento and you want to see Azia Argento, then there's a movie. It's a very autobiographical movie, and it's called Scarlet Diva, which you might want to check out. A little disturbing though. Honestly, Perfume of the Lady in Black, I don't remember right now, so I'd be lying if I told you. I give your thoughts on it. What's the Karen Black movie where she plays the head of a sex call center and the girls are getting killed by? Out of Sight. That's the one. I would love to see a good edition of that one come out. That's like it's out on DVD, but I haven't seen like a new like a good special edition. I like The Social Network. That's one that I do like. Ah, tries. You know that. Watch Tron Legacy. Tron and that Tron Legacy, or in other words, that 2 hour music video for Daft Punk, which is not bad because I'm a huge Daft Punk fan, by the way. Scarlet Diva's getting Blu-ray. I got to get that. I really like Scarlet Diva. Sleepless Blue. Was Ronin flicks? I'm not big on Ronin flicks. I got to say they're a bit pricey. I love the Tron films. I saw the first Tron in theater, guys. I'm of the age, and I thought, oh my God, now that they have video like this and effects like that, can they ever get any better? How can we possibly get better than that? Sleepless is one of your favorites? I like Sleepless. Sleepless gets underrated. No, Tron Legacy definitely not better than Tron. I like it, but I definitely prefer prefer Tron over Tron Legacy. Watch the Daft Punk cartoon film. I don't know if I don't think I've seen it. I'm a big fan of their music. I'm not sure how I feel about them still on Arrow. As long as you get Arrow elsewhere and it's not a Ronin Flix exclusive or anything like that, I'm good with it. You didn't realize it was Azia? Oh, yeah, she's in it. She's in the church. She's in a lot of like she's in the car for Demons 2, like for a large part of the film. If you've seen Demons 2, I'm sure everybody here has seen Demons 2. So she's in that one as well. That's like when you watch Deep Red for the first time, and then later on you watch Demons, and something is kind of clicking, and you're not quite sure what it is. And then you watch Demons again, and you're like, huh. And then you realize that the really attractive redhead that's in the theater in Demons is she's the girl, the little girl in Deep Red, that's kind of torturing the little insect. That's her. So yeah, if you've never noticed that before, the kid in in Deep Red, the neighbor's kid, turns into a very beautiful woman and is in the movie Demons. If you haven't seen Demons 2, definitely check it out. Soundtrack's not as good, but it is a good film. Steinhaus Syndrome and Trauma are both definitely underrated films. Trauma is extremely underrated. I love the movie Trauma. Do I have that here? I do have. No, I don't have. Yes, I do, because I bought the DVD of Trauma. I have like the. I got like Mother Tears here somewhere as well. Not my favorite. They waited too long on that one to do like a. To really do like a good continuation. Steinhaus Syndrome has always been one of my favorite films. I think Asia Argento's performance in Steinhaus Syndrome is probably one of her best performances that she's done. The movie like stuck with me hard. Trauma, as far as I know, Greg doesn't have a Blu-ray. If it does, it's not here in North America, and I don't think it has one in the UK as well. No, I don't know if it has one over in Australia or Germany. Germany tends to have a lot of those on Blu-ray, but as far as I know, I haven't seen any like really great releases of it come out. I have the old Anchor Bay release of Trauma, and I really got to rewatch that again soon. There's a guy that was selling some stuff, and I gotta. I watched a video recently, but it's that Cinemassacre did, and I'm a big fan of James Rolfe, Cinemassacre stuff. But the video that he made on Blu-ray is probably hands down the worst video, and it's not probably, it is hands down the worst video that he's ever made. And it was like horribly researched, which is insane for him because he normally is well researched and well thought out. This seemed like a video that was made off the cuff, where he gives his 10 reasons why Blu-ray aren't very good. It almost everything he said, a lot of it didn't make sense. A lot of it didn't work. A lot of it applied to both Blu-ray and DVD, and some things were just based on the era of the time, and like it just changes that were made in the industry overall. But it was, as a video, it was a fail. It was an extreme fail of a video, and like I'm not ragging on the channel at all. His channel, I watch Angry Video Game Nerd. I like his movie like short reviews that he does. He used to do them for Halloween, and I like a lot of his the other stuff that he does. It was Cinemassacre's channel. It was sad to see that, because he's a really good reviewer. He's one of the more talented people that comes out there. But it was a very bad video, and honestly, I don't think it did him any favors. That's my opinion. But I was watching it and I winced in pain, because his director video, hands down, one of my go-to like watch videos. So don't like disregard Cinemassacre because he's made one bad video. I've made tons of bad videos, but I'm still around here, right? But yeah, he got it wrong, and down the road, it makes it seem to me, and this is what I get out of it, is that maybe he's the type of guy, and I don't know, that just goes to like your local Walmart or your local Target, and he just grabs like the local modern stuff. Like the $5 Blu-rays. He's not getting it. He's definitely not grabbing My Bloody Valentine or anything like that. Because if he had been, like, most of the points that he said would be moot. Which one? The encryption one? That's one. You don't see that very often. Uh, Two, usually there's just a message on there, and you don't have to go online to play. Something like that. They'll just ask you if you want, and that's on very few. But it happens more if you're using a PlayStation 3 video game system to play your Blu-rays. Okay, so which he is, and he complained. He said PlayStation 3 is a great DVD player. This is private, and this kind of got me. He said, but when PlayStation 3 started playing Blu-rays, then the remote didn't work as well for the Blu-ray. So first off, Sony does Blu-ray. It's a Sony thing. Uh, Apparently, he was really unaware of the other like wars between, because he thinks Sony was, this is the first time. Anyway, the PS3 was put out there with a Blu-ray player in it and a remote specifically for Blu-ray players. Sony strongly wanted to support the format, and PS3 became, for that reason, was one of the early on was one of the best Blu-ray players out there. So for him to say that that the PS3 that is significant, that was designed to not just play your PS3 games, but to play Blu-rays on it, to the point where they had like movies like Spider-Man and all that like come with original PS3s. It wasn't good. That's true. We do all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and his strengths are definitely in video games and in editing. He's a great editor. But I don't mind. Hey, Superman, uh, having twins. Congratulations, dude. I don't mind the features on April Fool's Day. I mean, we don't know like what they could or couldn't get, but or what it took for them to get the features that they got. So I'll wait and see like how long the interviews are and stuff like that. I thought like I got one over there called Voice Squad, and if you look at it, like there's a few interviews here, but the interviews like hours, like over an hour long for some of them. So there may be some really good stuff on there as well. 2 minutes children return, just like in this TV show. Yeah, it isn't a good take. It was, yeah, and he then he mentions voodoo. I said like, yeah, I never thought maybe voodoo will be away. Voodoo's gone, dude. Voodoo's going. Voodoo's not gonna be around anymore. So I do watch Stranger Things. They actually put out like a 1 minute trailer, which I'm guessing is what you're talking about, Greg. Which some people got upset about. This, but in actuality, well, don't worry about it. Voodoo's not around anymore. Anyway, but it's like closing down. But in actuality, everybody knew that he was coming back. We all knew. Like nobody. This is not a surprise. Like you watch Stranger Things. There's a 1 minute trailer. Spoiler alert for anybody that watches Stranger Things. David Harbour is in the trailer. Uh, Actually, they're closing. But I read that somewhere recently, actually. Because the commitment's not there. Like they're doing something else. I think there's like, but there won't be voodoo. You might have to look that up, see if I'm right. I could be wrong. But there you go. See, there's my weakness. Researching before I talk on this stuff. I need more research skills. So there, yeah. Here I am in my glass house, throwing stones and ducking wildly. Oh, streaming qualities is definitely not better than Blu-ray. Neither in picture or in audio. It's a long ways before it'll get there. The reason we get 8K in the first place isn't for 8K discs. like people think like though the 8K TVs are coming out and this is to accommodate 8K discs, and I'm sure eventually they'll do something like an 8K disc. It's not going to come anytime soon because they haven't really like cemented the 4K yet as well. But when you see 8K TVs coming out there, that's coming out for video games. That's coming out for streaming, to give like a better, like a kind of give you like a better streaming service. And what Warlock just said is utterly and absolutely true. You never know if a movie's gonna move from there. You don't know if something in that film, whether it'll be music or maybe some copyright issues. Hey Trini, welcome, man. Are going to be like are going to cause the movie to be cut, censored, taken out altogether. It can happen with books. It can happen with music. It can happen with movies. What do I think of this? Does that, do you really want to know? If I had to tell you what I thought about the Nostalgia Critic channel, this would definitely not be kid friendly at all. I'm not a fan. Yeah, that's the thing, Amy. Like a lot of the stuff that you got, that just isn't available to get anywhere else but in physical media. I'm sure there's some company, there's some place or something like that's got like a scan or something like this out there. Or I think Shutter. Shutter probably has my Bloody Valentine. But you know what doesn't have? This ton of features that are on here. Both versions of the film, the theatrical and the uncut edition. I guess the director's cut, you want to call it. The ton of interviews and all that stuff. Shutter, Ragman, that is a streaming service specifically for horror films. It's one of the ones that I do support, but I don't just support them by just like watching Shutter, which is around $4.99 a month. It's extremely cheap, by the way. I also buy Shutter releases when they come out. So when Walmart has an exclusivity deal with Shutter, so they put out their movies on Blu-ray and DVD. And if I find a movie in Shutter that I like, Ruin Me was one that I really liked. It's a Shutter exclusive, so I got that as well. Now, Shutter does have a lot of older releases on there, everything from like Turkey Shoot to Deep Red. They did like a deal with Rob Zombie to get his movies before they came out anywhere else, at least the last couple. Oh, Troy, it's been great to have you in here. I hope I haven't bored you, man. But just have a great evening there, and hopefully you can come back in again. You're part of the cult. I've watched Mama Monster. I actually got to pick that up. I actually like that movie. Some people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty good. Pretty brutal, but pretty good. I don't know if well, it depends on the Walmart really, but I think really any place can be pretty bad or pretty good. Sometimes one of my coworkers actually, she watches some of my videos here. She's on a work vacation right now, and she just got promoted. So on the off chance that she actually sees this video and goes 6-8 minutes into the video and watches it, Brittany, congratulations on a really well-deserved promotion, because you really did deserve it. Work your butt off. I'm putting you guys to sleep, am I? Have a great evening there, Greg. What I'm most excited about, no, and actually, no, I don't think anybody did ask that. Most excited about, I'm excited about the VSA. I'm excited about all the titles. I am excited that there is a Valentine sale. Very excited about that fact. A lot of people weren't, because they wanted everything to be on sale. They wanted this to be like another halfway to Black Friday sale or another Black Friday sale. We got a halfway to Black Friday sale. We got a Black Friday sale. I'm glad about that. They call this the first annual Valentine's Day sale. I really, truly hope that enough people go and buy stuff from the Valentine's Day sale that this does become like an ongoing thing, because it focuses on certain thing. Actually, Cinemassacre is not a part of like the like they've done some stuff together, but he's not part of their production. He never was actually. They just did some crossover stuff together, but they're completely different, like channels. They're not under the same umbrella. You may think that there's less options. There are a few options like out there, like whether we're looking at like Sunrise Records or your local like Cinema One. But that being said, Warlock, you kind of got to remember that. Oh no, that's okay, Alan. It's easy to think so when you see them working together so much. But and that's really bothered me too. But in actuality, thanks to Canada and Sunrise Records, the UK still has HMV and FOP, and the United States still has FYE. Um, so Canada has literally been saving physical media buying across other countries. The thing is, we do buy a lot of physical media here, and I do notice that here in Canada. Although we do have some people that obviously that stream, we do have a lot of like physical, we still have a really big lot of physical media buyers here in Canada. Oh, did you like the Turtles movie? TURTLE power. Tag on Facebook about a movie, and when he got home, he had no disc in the case. Is that the guy that showed an Arrow release, and then he showed like a note with like, haha, you wasted your money type of thing? Because I'm calling bull on that. I really am. Yeah, they're really good actually. The second one, watch the second one too. It's actually pretty good. Third one, not so much, but it's worth a watch. Sunrise. We got to understand we're in Canada and HMV is in the UK, uh, so the pricing is going to be different. But when I go to a place where there's a Sunrise Records or like a Bay Street Video, for instance, up in Ontario, or any of those stores, I will go to more. I will pay the extra couple of dollars to know that I'm part of keeping physical media going in that area. And I'm sure, Warlock, because how much money I spent in a Bay Street Video. Your friend probably told you. So I have heard of this deep discount. Uh, they can be cheaper. They take a long time to come. For me anyway. Maybe it's just where I live. But did I get stuff from them? I got stuff from Aldi's.com, which is pretty much it. I think they're owned by the guys that do that. What's the name of it again? Exactly right. We can keep companies going like that. Aldi's.com has some great stuff. Uh, there's like, oh God, it's killing me. There's like a movie, Alpha. Thank you, Elvin. Yeah, Alpha Video. So Aldi's.com, that's Alpha Video. But they do like a lot of stuff there. They have like a lot of sales. They have like some Warner Archive sales and stuff like that. That's where I got my Warner Archive DVDs from. When I was finally able to get Larry Cohen's Return to Sam's Lot, which I'd wanted for a long time. It was a batshit crazy film, but I love it. Uh, and welcome album, by the way. But they have fantastic covers, and they're so gorgeous. And they put out movies for really cheap that you just unfortunately don't get anywhere else. And you can buy them for cheap, watch them there, and if once they get an upgrade, you got it. If I can buy in store rather than buy online, I normally do. That being said, if if I'm buying online to directly support a company like Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow or Scream Factory, and I'm actually buying from them, and they have a good sale going on, or they have something there that's coming out that I really like, I will buy online if I know that all the funding is going directly to them, and it's not being like some take from Amazon or Walmart or stuff like that. Family video. I used to love fan videos. I would spend a lot of time in rental stores. Classic movies, etc. website. Oh, good to know. Hey, thanks, Pinga. I got I went into the sale section. I got all my stuff from the sale section. I will be doing an unboxing of it as soon as it comes, by the way. Just to let you guys know, I got to get to the art one of these days, Hammers. I would really love to go there. As as you guys know, they're not going to be sending out anything from the sale until after Monday when the sale's over. So nobody's anybody that's buying the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, just know that your stuff's not going to get sent out till Monday or Tuesday, depending on how big the sale is. I did say what I picked up for the sale. Do you want to know what I picked up for the sale, Pinga? I only picked up 7 titles, but it's pretty good, 7 titles. So I went with Taboo. I got the original Taboo. I went for Taboo 2 and 3. 4 is sold out. I wanted to get those. I wanted to get like the classics. I got the Pretty Peaches trilogy because I hit like a lot of the classics there that I that I needed. I went for Skin Flicks because it's a great, great film, and there's an amazing interview with Cher Mitchell on that one as well. I picked up Mascara, my first like adult erotica title, with a slipcover. Again, another great interview. Interesting film. Roberta Findlay. I'm a Roberta Findlay fan. She worked on that film. Let's see, what else did I grab there, guys? You remember what else I grabbed? Let's joke. And I also picked up. Quick way to do it. Let's bring it up here. Blue Money, because again, like much like Blue Money and Skin Flicks is when you can kind of double feature because they both are about the industry itself. And I picked up Throat 12 years later because I really wanted to see that film again. It's been a while since I've seen it. Also, while I still remember this, I just listened to before I came down here the new Billie Eilish song for the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die, and it's freaking awesome. I used to buy a lot from eBay. Sometimes I got burned a couple times. Were you the other person? Did you? That was you? Hey there, brother from another mother. Did you get anything from the sale? I know you did. You got $50. Because it was 2, so it was me and you. 2 from the cult. That's awesome. Congratulations. I used to sell on eBay until I got burnt by the other side. That's it. See, we are the Vinegar Syndrome lovers here, and that, and as the cult grows, so does our Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Oh, enjoy the second film, man. Let us know what you think of it. Ouch, $150. That's a lot. There's a video, guys, and some people have been around here long enough to know this, where I am online, and I'm on here, and I'm so excited, and I'm doing an unboxing because I got these Criterion movies coming eBay, right? And these are ones that I really wanted to have, and I open it up, and you can see the excitement literally drain from my face, and this deep sadness come over me as I realize I've been gypped and I've gotten some random cheapy versions of these films. It's a ways back there, but if you know the video that I'm talking about, congratulations for being here for a while. Oh, what'd you pick up? Oh, Tammy the T-Rex shirt. I thought about that. It was white though. That's my only concern. Is like getting it stained, getting like stuff on it. Like, I'm messy. Possession. Oh, that is a great addition. I don't have that. I should have. That's one I do have to pick up down the road. That is such a cool film. You're gonna enjoy that. '15 limited edition. But are there really? I can't afford it. I wish I could. If I have any rich fans out there that want to buy me possession, appreciate it. But I think most of my fans are in the same boat that I'm in. I'm fans. Well, I don't have any fans. I have friends. Does anybody else? Well, I know some of you guys do YouTube on here. Does that ever bother you? Like the that concept. So we've ordered the hammer box in one order since Volume 5 was on pre-order. For experience, does this delay? Are you ordering it right from the company? It might. I mean, I have an order from Indicator. Like, I'll be honest with you, I order from Amazon.co.uk, and they just, if it's in, it's in. But Indicator, it might. That being said, I hear they're really good, like good packaging wise. I didn't get any new releases yet. I'm going to get some of them. The VSA I'm going to be pre-ordering before it comes out because I want to get it with a good price because I like all the VSA stuff. Oh, what I was going to say is for other people that are on here, like YouTubers, Brian and guys, all you guys, do you ever feel uncomfortable with words like the like fan viewers stuff like that? Because I kind of do. It's weird, but I guess where this is interactive and I talk to you guys a lot, I kind of see it as like an even keel type of thing. It's always bugged me. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the Canadian side of me. I always find it uncomfortable. Oh, what do I mean? Like you're on YouTube too. You got a good channel. Yeah, that's it. Okay, it feels like a hangout, like basically like a club or a group of people. It's a cult doing stuff. I've heard, and I'll go there, and people will ask me like I do YouTube, and people will say, "Well, do you have many viewers?" I say, "Well, like a small channel." I say, "Do you have any fans?" And like I don't have any fans. Uh, I got I got a group, and we're kind of a gang. It's the Jets type of thing. Um, when people say that, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Does that make any sense? Yeah, exactly. So you get it, then, Amy. Uh, and for me, well, like I don't think I'm ever going to be a big channel, but I'm okay with that. I'm in a nice spot where like I can actually uh, you know respond at a regular basis, and I get to know all you guys around here. You can't quite understand what I mean. I guess the simple way to put it is I hate when people refer to viewers as fans. I think the Spanish horn is going to get pulled back a bit. Uh, I think Pingo, we're probably going to get the gel one in April. I would be very wary of that because there is no unedited theatrical versions out there, unless it's like the old the old one. Yeah, yeah, kind of. I'm cool with having I like to. Of course, I like to have more viewers. Like everybody would like to have more viewers because, one, then that's I could probably buy more movies and upgrade my my equipment more often, which I eventually I have to do. I've got to do this. I got my buddy Valentine, and I've been like researching and with some of my friends at work. I've been like they've been showing me, okay, this is where this was filmed and this is where this was filmed. Uh, so I want to be able to do that. I had a million fans, would it change me? You know, but you mean like, you know, power corrupts absolutely type of thing? I don't think it really would. Because honestly, I don't have a channel where I'm like a character like the Angry Video Game Nerd, or I have, you know, my stuff is written for me, like Nostalgia Critic. Um, I was a huge fan of Hunter S. Thompson when I was growing up. I went to journalism school, and I just wanted to when I got this channel, and I got to this point, and I got here, and I realized that I could kind of go live with it, with my ramblings, and do like a whole, like almost like a movie, like the Call to Sin would be kind of like this group that could get together and talk, and we could go over different topics and just see where everything takes us, like a family circus cartoon where they're taking that like the long way around. Uh, yeah, that so it, no matter what when I had like 20 viewers to like 2,000 viewers, uh, then it's pretty much been the same. When you're ready, Warlock, it'll come. I can see you doing a channel eventually down the road. I bit of a rock too. You don't want to make money for your channel. Some people don't. I mean, like, there's also the other thing too. If you're, if it knocks you on another tax bracket, or you know, that type of thing. Uh, I do make a little bit off my YouTube channel, and when I say a little bit, I mean like it takes months to get a payout, and a payout is like on YouTube a payout is $100 is what it is. But if you've got a small channel like me, then that takes a long time to do. It takes a long time to do. That's why I started the Patreon, because it's helped me in a couple months, actually in a couple lean months, and I can lie to you. It helped me when I didn't think I was going to be able to do something for the channel, or when I had something like come up, when an emergency came up. Actually, my first Patreon, my emergency came up at the exact time as the first Patreon, and that actually helped out there. YouTube is constantly changing, and it makes it harder and harder. It does seem a lot like they want just the big guys. They want the PewDiePies and the guys that are going to bring in all that type of stuff. It is like we can get into super niche type stuff, that topics we can talk about stuff that you normally wouldn't talk about. I don't like. That's the reason I don't have I don't have kind of like a. I would keep doing in Morocco. I'm actually planning on doing a podcast eventually down the road as well, and I will be hopefully having some guests on there, and as well as my better half, who has promised me she will guest on some of those. But for me, for here, this is my most free. Wait, like Facebook for you, but for me, this is probably the most free part. That could be fun, Pinga. Well, that's the thing. I've done edited videos, and like lately edited videos because I didn't really get into it a lot. Now that being, I did journalism. I did editing was kind of my thing back back in the day. Uh, but I like those channels to watch. Like some of them, Dead Meat. I can watch Dead Meat all day long. Uh, but and Dr. Woofula, guys like that. But this seems right for me. I enjoy this. Once you change the habit to a business, it changes. But that can change sometimes for the better. If I could, like, nowhere to, like, in all honesty, in sincerity, like to be sincere, if this was my job, if I had the ability to do this on a regular basis, and like not have to do the other stuff? Would I do? Heck yeah, I'm sure I would. Uh, who wouldn't, right? To do like basically, okay, you're going to do what you love. Uh, yeah, I love it. I'm going to another country and I'm teaching film. Uh, Obviously, this is something I love. But I would definitely consider having like movie club members, well, called cinema members now, right? On the podcast. The podcast idea was not initially mine. There was like uh, some YouTubers like that came to me and said, you should do a podcast. We should do a podcast. And I'm like, I got to do it down the road. Oh, Stuart releases are down here. I would love this Australia, man. Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, I was going to Morocco to basically to teach English and to just like kind of semi-retirement is what it's going to be. But one thing I need, like work, visit my family, go to England, that type of thing. Um, so very lucky in that, like, inshallah, if everything goes well, that's my future, and I'm going to be taking you guys along with me. Uh, so you're going to see Morocco. No, I don't have any relatives in England as far as I know. I might, but I don't know. My better half, she does. Uh, she's got like a cousin over in England actually. Really nice guy, hilarious. And did he pay good money in Morocco? Not the greatest. Depends on what you got. It's like everywhere, man. It's who you know. It's your connections to what job you get. A good thing to do though is that Morocco's Durham is worth like less. It's a tourist like area than say over in Europe. Maybe it'll come like that in England. England's like gonna have. I'm worried about England right now, but you can work like outside and bank that. And when you get to Morocco, you can live really well on a lot less money than you would say over if you had to go over to like the United States or something like that, or even Ireland. Regionless, yes. Pinga, if you haven't gotten regionless yet, you haven't got regionless yet? Warlock is right. It will completely change the way you do stuff. Your region free, yeah. The second I went region free, the second I got my first region free Blu-ray player, oh God, I can't remember the name. It was a Walmart one, right? Because I bought like a couple of Arrow. How do I plan to ship it across? Well, for something this large, it'll probably ship by boat, and it'll take probably about a month or so to reach Morocco from here because it's not going to ship in it by air. Like something this large is going to ship by boat. We'll have like this will be going like the movies, our total gym upstairs, that type of stuff where we'll probably be going. There's certain things that we're going to give away to certain family members. We haven't told everybody yet, so I'm not going to get into that. But they need some stuff that I know that they need, even though if they don't say it. So I got a Seiki right now. I love the Seiki. I got two actually. I got a Seiki on like just upstairs, and I got a Seiki on the floor up from there as well. Oh yes, I have to bring them up. My pets, they're. Wish my kids would come with me too, but they're adults and I'm working. But I'm working on getting them to come over and visit me several times. Until they do, I'm going to keep visiting them. But my pets, yeah, I've got to bring them over with me. I will have them in the plane with me. We have three cats. I think his mom is coming over, so we'll be taking one each. The region. Oh, this is not the right region. Well, maybe you should get a region-free player. They're not expensive. Yeah, that's what I usually tell people. Am I shipping all the media in the secret? Yes, I am. That's my TV stuff, man. I can't be without that. Yeah, well, we have somebody that's doing that for us. I could not afford to do this on my own. That's just the truth. Um, so the move part is being taken care of for us, or it would be a lot longer before he moves it up right now. What's the best place to buy a region-free Blu-ray player? I hear 220 Electronics online is supposed to be really, really good. Uh, Here in Canada, there I used to see the Siki players show up at Canadian Tire every once in a while. If you have like an electronics store, like a Canadian Tire or something like that, like, or places that show it. Ship my movie room. I'm not sure I'm gonna get the whole room there, but I'm just gonna ship the movies there. Yeah, same here. I well, over in Morocco, it runs on a it's like PAL uh, type of region, so it's a region two. So we're the only us North Americans are the only ones weird ones with the flat, plugins. Everywhere else, it's got the kind of the cool round ones. Oh, you, over in Australia, you got the cool round ones, right? Like your plugins aren't the flat ones that we have here in North America. Because I've never been to Australia, so I'm asking in all sincerity. I do not know. The good thing about a lot of the new they'll go into a VCR. Oh, nice. About like the new flat screens and stuff like that is you can buy a flat screen TV like anywhere or a Blu-ray player, usually anywhere around the world, as long as you got like a kind of an adapter, it'll work. Is there any? There may be some restrictions on certain content, and that's why it's shipping. But it's more lax like more it's more like in content you film over there, like that type of thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna see like Blu-ray players and DVD players. Hey Ricky, for like a long, long time to come. It's not something that we're going to see on the way out anytime soon. People always think that the biggest mistake I think that people are making is that they think that like Netflix and Disney Plus and Shutter and all that type of stuff, that's is coming. It's going to replace this. It's going to replace your DVDs, your Blu-rays, your 4Ks, that type of stuff. Uh, it's not meant to do that. I don't yet, but I'm learning it, right, man. Uh, if streaming is going to replace anything at all, uh, and it's not even going to do that in any time in the near future, it's one thing, and it's TV. It's the way that you watch TV right now. It, Streaming is going to be like in like the way that you watch. Remember when, if you're old enough, when satellite came out. Remember when satellite came out, like became like a really big thing, and everybody's getting their packages and stuff like that, and then they're like, oh my god, it's really expensive, like to get all the packages you want. Uh, well, now people are going and they're getting their streaming channels, and they're starting to figure out, wait a second, if I'm paying like $12 for Criterion, and I'm paying another like $10 for Netflix, and another $7 or $8 for Disney Plus, another $6 for Shutter, and I got Amazon Prime that costs me around $7 or $8 per month, and I got the Acorn TV or one of those apps, so that's another $7 or $8, and just add it up, like how expensive it gets to get uh, a lot of this stuff. As long as it's region free, Alan, you can play it. Um, it's that because that was it was okay when there was Netflix and that was just Netflix. That's like if you had one video store and you could go to that video store and you had lots of copy stuff like a Blockbuster type of thing. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But when everything splits and splinters, things get more expensive. You want to get like your Disney movies. You want to watch Marvel. You got to go Disney Plus. You to say you want to watch Lock and Key. By the way, you should. It's really chill. Um, and the Ties That Made Us. Everybody needs to watch the Ties That Made Us. By the way, it's excellent. You got to have your Netflix. You want to watch Big Mouth. You got to have Netflix. Maybe you want to watch some regular TV shows, but you don't like aren't the cable, and there's some like exclusive there that you want. Maybe Hulu is something that you're going to want. You're a really big horror fan. Shudder, Full Moon does their Full Moon movies and a lot of Grindhouse Blue Underground type releases. So maybe you want to have Full Moon as well. You're like Criterion movies. You got a few in your collection, but you want to stream Criterion as well. You got to get the Criterion app. So it gets expensive. It's no longer a day of like one streaming service will rule them all. That's that type of thing. They can't. But even if you're not a collector, you don't realize how big of a deal it's going to be until that day comes when you got to watch something and it's no longer there. And that happens like so many people that I know, and they watch a lot of streaming stuff, right? They'll go like, I was watching the show on Amazon Prime, and then it was like, they put up a notice and said, oh, this is going at such and such a date. Sometimes they don't even tell you. They, well, I think they do it differently. I think Disney is going to be working. Disney is doing some smart stuff. I have seen a Road and Rock a long time ago, but I've seen it. But Disney are making some smart choices. Netflix is throwing money at everything. Uh, that's what they're doing. That's kind of the way they're doing it. Disney is going to do it a little bit differently. Uh, I saw that happen when I noticed one of the things Disney did is they spent a bunch of money to get Hamilton, and that's when I knew Disney got it. Disney kind of has they have the right idea. They're going to start to give us stuff that we can't get like initially physically, and they're going to keep with the physical releases. They're definitely not going to stop those. They may like do delays on certain ones. Hey, Night Hammers, you have a great evening there. But when I saw that they wrote, oh, we're going to do things like Hamilton and stuff like that, then I knew, yeah, Disney's one step ahead. They've really thought about this. And some people thought, well, they don't have a lot out right now. Yes, they do have a lot out. Just don't have a lot of new shows, new content out. But unlike Netflix, they're not going to just throw the money at everything. They watch Netflix. They watch what they did right and did wrong. Netflix is in the red. They've been in the red for years. This rot is not so bad, not so much in Blu-ray. You get a lot more of that in DVD. And even that, I'll be honest, I haven't had a lot of experience so far, luckily, with disc rot. I think there was one movie, it crushed me because I really wanted to watch it. Uh, and it was on an MGM release. I think it's Bad Influence. With Oh yeah, that's it. Once a movie not just offensive. Like people think like just offensive, but like what about like losing rights or or certain things like just don't work anymore. Like because when it's like offensive, if it's offensive, they can put a thing at the beginning of it. This was a different time. If when like music or other type of rights go out, they got to start taking things out of the film. Some independent makers have signed for streaming and think their movies and shows will be lost 10 years from now. Well, think about I'll put it to you like in the simplest way that I possibly can. Abominable. Get Abominable from it was put out by MVD Rewind. If you want to see a movie that a more recent film, you know, re, that was almost completely lost, and it was just by a fluke that he decided to go after the rights of the film and to get it, that the film was able to actually come out. Like seriously, go get Abominable, watch the features on Abominable, listen to the commentary. You will be shocked at how quickly something can get lost. You would think like nowadays, everything's saved, and like when it comes to films, nope, the film is almost completely lost. You know Warlock, I'm talking about. You've heard him talking about it. And Serial at Midnight, the website, because Serial at Midnight's not just a YouTube channel; it's a website as well. There's a article on it done by the guy, and he talks about Abominable and the fact that it was that it almost like seriously check it out. Serial at Midnight, the website. Check out the Abominable article. It's a picture. Warlock's right. It's a picture perfect example of what can happen, and it's a nightmare scenario. Now, big studios are making less physical money media for one reason alone. It's a dream scenario for them. If they can get you to give them money and they don't have to give you anything for it, that's fantastic. Like if I could go outside and I could say, hey, dude, isn't this air fantastic? Okay, now give me $50 for this air. Uh, it that's how I see like streaming. You don't, or like buying a copy of iTunes or something like that. You don't own it. You're paying for like virtual renting that you hope doesn't go away, because if it goes, you're screwed. The game industry is trying to go down that path. Game industry, I think, is going to have an easier job of it because it's easier. Like rights issues aren't as difficult when it comes to that so far. But as we've seen, the game industry tried it. The Xbox tried it with the Xbox Sad, and that didn't go so well. Like people are starting to pick up and catch on to it right now. You know what does the best out of all the stuff, all the media? DVDs. DVDs still do best. Um, Everybody almost in their house, whether they got the Blu-ray or they got a 4K or not, almost everybody has a DVD player. Almost everybody, like anybody, can take $5 and go to Walmart and just look into that $5 bin, and or I guess $3.99 over in the United States, right? And I don't know actually. I think you can in the U.S. So musicians charge so much for their concerts because everyone copies music these days. Actually, not so much. Musicians charge, like, well, there's other things and venues and stuff like that. But musicians make most of their money not just off like concert tickets and stuff like that. They don't make a lot of their money off the CDs. That's the music companies themselves that make the money off that. They make money off of their concerts, off of their touring, and off of the merchandising and shirts and stuff like that. They don't make a lot of money when it comes to the to that stuff. So Metallica are really big whiners. Go watch films on my CRT. I do. I love my CRT TV. I got two of them. I don't know if I doubt I'll get those in Morocco though. But we got some CRTs there. Uh, but yeah, merch saves them. There are some like smaller like bands and indie artists that went out, like especially when like music and online started coming out. There's some bands that went out there, and you know what they did? They just went and put their stuff online. Uh, Became like kind of popular like that. Do I have any? I haven't really thought about it that much yet. Call it a cinema podcast. It could work, just like that. It's well, Prince is no longer around, so but it's kind of sad. Yeah, you should be like glad when somebody does that. That's the best way, Amy, to support your local band. Like if you want to buy, you go to their concerts. You buy merchandise, CDs, support them. They don't get a lot of CDs, but like you go to their concerts, get T-shirts, get banners, stuff like that. That supports them. Do you have any used video stores near me? I do not. About 4 hours away, there's a record store called Taz Records. That's a pretty good one. And we have a flea market here once a week. I don't get to go to it very often, but when I do, it's they do tend to have some great stuff there. You're lucky to have some close to you. But guys, with that being said, and my voice getting ready to go, and still wanting to watch some of the features on this, it's that time again. So thank you. Oh, I did not know they sold used movies. That we get into that again. Well, next time I'm on here, I call it a cinema store. Uh, Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. It's definitely time for a tea. Congrats again, Penga. You are the cult of cinema, and you guys just rock it. Have a great night and enjoy your weekend. If I can, I'll do another video here tomorrow, and I'll see you soon.